Never argue with a stupid person. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. Chanthy, Mark Twain. Have you ever been in an argument where you just couldn't get your point across? Or maybe you walked away feeling frustrated, like you didn't win the discussion. Arguing isn't just about proving someone wrong. It's about persuading, understanding, and sometimes even changing your own mind. In this video, we'll explore how to argue effectively based on famous books on communication, logic, and persuasion. By the end, you'll have the tools to handle debates like a pro. Pointer 1. The purpose of an argument. Thank You for Arguing by J. Heinrichs. Before we talk about how to argue, let's understand why we argue. In Thank You for Arguing, J. Heinrichs explains that arguments are not just about fighting or proving someone wrong. The real goal is to persuade and influence. Instead of just attacking or defending, a strong argument should change someone's mind or at least open them to new ideas, find common ground to prevent hostility, lead to a solution rather than an endless back and forth. Quick tip: instead of saying, "You're wrong," try saying, "That's an interesting point. Let's explore it." This keeps the conversation productive. 2. Use logic, not just emotion. The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf Dobelli. Many arguments fail because people rely only on emotions. The Art of Thinking clearly highlights how cognitive biases cloud our judgment. Some common mistakes include confirmation bias, only listening to ideas that support what we already believe. Straw man fallacy, misrepresenting the other person's argument to make it easier to attack. Ad hominem attacks, criticizing the person instead of addressing their argument. Quick tip: use facts and clear reasoning to support your argument. Instead of saying, "Everyone knows this is true," try, "Here's a study that supports this." Number 3. The Power of Listening. Crucial Conversations by Patterson, Grenny, Macmillan, and Switzler. A good argument isn't just about talking, it's also about listening. In Crucial Conversations, the authors explain that when emotions run high, people stop truly listening. If you want to win an argument, first make the other person feel heard. Stay calm. If you get angry, you lose control of the argument. Repeat their point. Show you understand before responding. Ask questions. This makes the other person think and keeps the discussion open. Quick tip: instead of interrupting, try saying, "Just to be sure I understand you, are you saying?" This builds trust and keeps the conversation on track. Number 4. Know when to concede. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Not every argument needs a clear winner. Sometimes, letting the other person feel like they've won makes you the real winner. In How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie emphasizes the power of agreeing strategically. If someone makes a good point, acknowledge it. Saying, "I see what you mean," makes people more likely to listen to you. Instead of proving them wrong, guide them toward your point gently. Quick tip: if you sense an argument is going nowhere, try, "You know what? You might be right about that." This lowers tension and keeps things positive. 5. Use stories, not just facts. Made to Stick by Chip and Dan Heath. People remember stories more than numbers or statistics. In Made to Stick, the authors explain that the most persuasive arguments are simple, keep it clear, and easy to understand. Unexpected, surprise people with a new perspective. Emotional, make people feel something. Example, instead of saying, Studies show that seatbelts save lives. Try, "My cousin once survived a bad accident because she was wearing a seatbelt. If she hadn't, she wouldn't be here today." Stories stick in people's minds better than cold facts. 6. The Art of the Last Word. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Sometimes, the most powerful move in an argument is to say nothing at all. In the 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene explains that silence can be a great tool. If an argument isn't going anywhere, pause instead of forcing the last word. Why? People feel uncomfortable with silence and often rethink their stance. This can be more effective than arguing endlessly. Quick tip: if someone keeps pushing, simply say, "I see your perspective. Let's leave it at that." This makes you look more in control. If you stay with us until now, congratulations! You have unlocked a bonus tip. 7. Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. Chris Voss, a former FBI negotiator, shares a powerful trick in Never Split the Difference: mirroring. Repeat the last few words the other person said in a curious tone. This makes them feel understood and gets them to explain more. Example, them. "I just think this policy is unfair." You. Unfair? Them. "Yeah, because it doesn't consider everyone's needs." This makes people reveal more about their argument, giving you the upper hand. Let's recap the key takeaways from these books. Argue to persuade, not to win. Use logic and avoid thinking errors. Listen more than you speak. Know when to let go and agree strategically. Use stories to make your arguments stick. Silence can be more powerful than words. Use mirroring to get people to open up. The next time you find yourself in a debate, try these techniques. You'll be surprised at how much more effective your arguments become. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. What's your best argument strategy? Let's discuss in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And remember, the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Keep cool. Anger is not an argument. No one can persuade another to change.